everybody, today we're going to be talking about how to cut down your wedding guest list. Now by the end of this video you're going to have a nailed down guest list and not worry about those guests that you couldn't invite. Before I begin, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. I post videos every single Thursday. I'm a UK wedding and event planner. I've had years and years of experience who can offer some really good insights. Now we're in the middle of a global pandemic and the coronavirus has affected the wedding industry massively. Now what it's affected in a big way is how many guests we can have to our wedding, and in normal times this is a really difficult topic, but in these times it's even more difficult because in certain situations you can have 30 people or less, you can have 50 people or less, depending on where you are in the world. So you have to be really, really strict with who you are inviting to your wedding. So I'm going to run through some tips on how to narrow down that list. The first one is to not invite people just because they have invited you. Now, in normal times, I would say this rule applies, but now more than ever, even if people have invited you in the past year or two, times are different, so don't feel guilty if you can't invite them back to your wedding. The next tip is plus ones. Even if you have some very close friends and they have partners, don't feel that you have to invite their plus ones. Again, we're living in incredibly strange times and you want your nearest and dearest there with you on your special day. The next one is co-workers. Now, this can be a little bit tricky, again, even in normal times, because you see these people every single day. They know often everything that's going on with you. However, if you're close to them, they will understand that you can't have them there just because you see them every day. Obviously, if you have incredibly close relationships with them, you'd want them at your wedding. But again, don't feel that you have to have your co-workers there. The next tip is extended family. Now, this is where you will have probably different people coming at you and stressing you out about it, but don't have extended family just because they're your extended family. Often you haven't seen family in years. If you've again got a especially close relationship with them, again, you'll want them at your wedding. The next tip, and I would say is a really big tip, is don't have people there that you have never met. Now, I just think, why would people do that? Why would you want people at your wedding that have never met you, that don't know anything about you, that don't know anything about your relationship? So now, even more than ever, do not have those people. And the last one, which can be a little bit difficult, is kids. Now, this can even be kids potentially of close friends and maybe certain family members. If you have to cut down the list, you can't always have people's kids there. They might find this stressful, they might have to have people babysitters and that kind of thing, but this isn't your problem. You've got enough to deal with at the moment. So I would say kids, unfortunately, they have to come off the list if you haven't got the numbers. The question I want you to ask yourself when you're deciding on a particular person to invite to your wedding is, do you want to have them there or do you feel like you have to have them there? Now, when you're stood there getting married, you're going to be looking at a lot fewer people than you first envisaged. So every single person that you have there, you want to look at their faces and feel like you really want to have them there. Now, I'd love you to write in the comments below what exactly you're struggling with in terms of narrowing down your guest list, and I would love to help you. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.